Daily Broadside Day 906. A good friend of mine who's 63 and from Texas called me this morning and was telling me that she just moved into an old folks home and she just got chlamydia last week. And so she's dealing with that. So prayers going up there, RB. But, and I'm sure she's watching, so she can comment further if she'd like the audience to know more about the details. But she's basically talking about how let's call it, the adult escapades are just rampant in these communities. The men are horn dogs and all this stuff. And she asked that I do a broadside about that. She just said, you just talk about this. And I said, yeah, I can talk about your chlamydia. And I'm pretty sure that goes away with like a shot and like some penicillin or something. So she's it's not like she's got full-blown something else or other, so again, it's not the end of the world, I suppose, but I don't know why she wanted me to talk about that, but I talked about it. So, but if you think about it, you got to ask yourself, like, what are these horny old men, doing all this creepy stuff and all this stuff? And I'm sure the women are just as ornerous, let's call it. But, dudes in their 80s are just the same as dudes in their 20s. Hush, weirdo. They're just older. There's no difference, really. And maybe some of the stuff doesn't work the way it used to, but it's the same mentally. It's the same, you know what I mean? I'll tell you this. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they mentioned how when they were getting ready, something about their deodorant. They put their deodorant on, and I'm like, I said, what'd you put deodorant on for? She's like, well, that's what I do when I get ready. I'm like, you didn't go anywhere. I said, you work at home. Like, what are you doing? Why do you need deodorant? You're wasting money. This stuff's like $18 a stick these days. She's like, because I don't want to stink. I'm like, and then I thought to myself, and I was like, I can't think of a time where I've just had a day where I've just hung out at the house and not gone to work, not done anything, just kind of lazy or watching movies or playing on my phone or just doing nothing, where I put deodorant on. Because to me, this seems like a waste, I don't want to waste deodorant. It's a precious commodity, And she's like, what's what you should do? And I'm like, am I in the minority here that if I'm not going anywhere, you don't put deodorant on? I mean, I wouldn't put cologne on if I'm not leaving the house that day, because who am I trying to impress? I don't know. Just kind of weird. Theoretically, no attacker or would-be attacker or anything like that could ever, like, if you're a marathon or a long distance ultra runner. I dated a ultra marathoner one time, and that's a different breed of person right there. But those kind of people, theoretically no attacker could ever attack them unless they just do it by surprise. As long as they got their head on a swivel and they're watching their surroundings and all, you can't attack them. No, so I wonder if like a serial killer has ever gotten the better of a marathon runner, because again, theoretically, it should never happen. Because I've seen all the serial killers. None of them look like runners. You know what I mean? And I don't see John Wayne Gacy running down some boy. And as long as that boy can run a little further. And I'll say one more thing before I let you go. You could have gone 2.5 minutes ago, which from my analytics is what most people do. They listen to about 3 seconds of these videos, and that's cool, whatever, okay? It's the Obi-Wan principle, your hate just makes me stronger, whatever he said in that movie. But I think that more vehicles, and Ford's done a good job of this, because they've done it. I had a 98 Explorer one time, and it had it. That was a long, long time ago. But they got the keypad on the door, so that if you go somewhere and you don't need your keys, you can lock them in the car. But I think that there should be more of like a little lockbox on the outside of the car. You can buy a lockbox that like goes in the window, and then whatever. Kind of like they use it like used car lots and stuff like that. But I'm talking about like a little like your gas filler gate. You open that, and it's got a little combo lock, and you can put your keys and wallet and all that stuff. So that when you go to the park and you go running, or like I've done a polar plunge, I didn't need my keys. I had to like leave them with somebody. Did a couple marine marathons, mud run things. Kind of hard to take your keys and your wallet with you. They'll be completely submerged in water, and your phone and all that stuff. Make it fit a phone that's a little bigger than the biggest phone now. And then you would always have, it's like having a locker on the outside of your car. And it could be concealed very easily with the size of a gas cap. That's all I have, Giddy.